Well, last night, President Trump did his first Oval Office address to the nation, and it was about immigration and the border wall and this government shutdown. I guess it was a plea to the country that we need the border wall, but I, really the whole thing kind of encapsulated, to me, it kind of encapsulated all Trump is, right? It was full of lies. It took him 3 seconds into it before he told his first lie. Um, it seemed like it was a little ill prepared. I mean, it was reading off a prompter, but it wasn't informed. It looked a little bit rushed, like he just wanted to hurry up and get through it. I mean, literally was less than 5 minutes. I mean, he basically just kept saying the same nonsense and BS that he's been saying. But I want to get into it and hit some of the points here that he mentioned. Let's just talk about his first thing, which is his overarching theme: is that illegal immigration is a problem. That what's going on at the southern border is a problem. It's not. In the last 10 plus years, net immigration for the United States and from Mexico, back and forth Mexico, is zero, which means there's as many people going out of the country as coming into it. It's not a problem. He kept going, trying to make it a humanitarian crisis. Yeah, there is somewhat of a humanitarian crisis because of the refugees seeking asylum, the migrants seeking asylum coming from Central America. But it's not this huge problem. He says we can't absorb these people. Lie. That was it. That was his first lie. It's just not true. We can't. But anyway, he is basically, he's saying he needs the money for the wall because these people are coming in and coming in through the border and coming in through legal means by foot. Well, first of all, he has ordered the Border Patrol to block legal ports of entry, which is forcing people to try to come in through non-legal entryways. He likes to leave that out. But more importantly than that, over 60% of the illegal immigrants who are here in this country arrived here by plane. Many others by sea. So, how tall is he gonna build this damn wall? I mean, you have to be pretty damn tall to stop an airplane, right? And of course, when this point gets brought up, they just brush it aside and gloss over, like, hey, well, well. Because his other point is drugs. All the drugs are pouring into the country, and all the illegal drugs. And there are a lot of illegal drugs coming into the country. Here's the problem: those drugs aren't coming by foot. The Drug Enforcement Agency of the United States of America, who worked for Donald Trump, has said the overwhelming amount of drugs that illegally come into this country arrive here through legal ports. Most of them by vehicle, some at the sea. Are there some with immigrants who come through the border by foot? Yes. Is that the overwhelming majority? Not even close. It's not. So that's just not true. He says, of course, they're bringing crime, and there's this big crime wave of illegal immigrants, brown people. It's not true. The subgroup of people in this country who commit the fewest crimes per capita are illegal immigrants. So happens the second group who commits the fewest amount of crime are legal immigrants. And he says, well, most of these kids are coming here with coyotes. It's not true. Is that the case? Yes. That there are some. Yes. Most of these people are coming with their parents. Most of these people are coming from Central America because they're political refugees. They're trying to get away from the political corruption in Central America, which, by the way, America has a hand in. Or they're trying to escape gangs. That's why they bring their kids across the trek, right? That's why they make the trek across Mexico. Because who would leave their children in a situation of squalor and poverty, and where there's gangs there terrorizing them and people are there raping them. I mean, you wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. So why would we expect these people to do that? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. And then, another claim is that the Democrats want open borders. What Democrats? There's not one elected Democratic politician, not one, who's ever said that. There's not one party official on a local, state, or federal level who has ever said that. Are there some Democrats that probably want that? Oh, I'm sure there are some people on the far left. And when I mean far left, I mean the actual far left, because I know to people on the right, anyone who's essentially, you know, left of the Wall Street Journal is a radical liberal. That's just not true. I mean, this is a side note. People on the right, you should really like look at the left and study the left and realize that it's a pretty diverse group of people. You have your corporatists and your centrists, and you have your neoliberals, and you have your liberals, and you have your progressives, and you have your left of progressives, and your left libertarians, and your far left, who are actual socialists and communists and Marxists, the real ones, not Alexander Ocasio Cortez. AOC is not a socialist, and for someone dumbass says, well, she says she's a socialist, she says she's a Democratic socialist. There's a difference. Google. Take 60 seconds out of your time and Google it. That's all I'm gonna say. And he says he only needs 5.7 billion for this wall or fence or beautiful steel structure with slats, whatever. But the reality of it is, $5.7 billion is a drop in the bucket. It's been estimated it's gonna cost 70 billion. So he's gonna have to come back, right? Look, the government is shut down over a wall that Trump is never going to build. If he got the money, he's never going to build it. Over a it's a rhetorical tool for him. It's something to whip up his base. The Border Patrol, ICE, Department of Homeland Security, the FBI have all told him a wall is not going to stop anything. It's not going to curb illegal immigration at all. What they need at the border is better technology and more people. Which Trump did mention that last night as if it was some great revelation he came up with. But they've been telling him that from the beginning, that they need money to enforce what is already there. Because now he's talking about putting a fence. Well, there was already a fence there. Look, 800,000 people have been furloughed. Over 400,000 of those people are considered essential employees and are being forced to work without pay, including people that are protecting his stupid ass, the Secret Service. TSA agents are calling in sick and not showing up for work because they have to get other jobs because they have to feed their families. And I got news, for people on the right who seem to think government shutdowns don't matter. If enough TSA agents don't come in, air travel is grounded, and what you're going to do then? That's a catastrophe that I don't know how you're going to get around. And this claim that Trump has that all these people, all federal workers, have called him and told him that they're behind him and they're happy about the shutdown. Bullshit. A poll shows 70% of them are dead set against it, as is about the percentage of the country who's against this stupid wall. 75% of the country says shutting down the government over the wall is not necessary. Why would these people be for something that's literally taking food off their table? That's not allowing them to pay their mortgage and their car note? I mean, shut up. I mean, it's so stupid. He just lies for no reason. And they're such provable lies. This whole his whole 4-minute incoherent diatribe last night was full of lies. I just debunked the highlights. I wish Pelosi and Schumer had done this. Open the government back up. End it. That's this period. Open the government back up. Man, This presidency's such a joke. Such a joke. Anyway, that's it for this video. Go ahead and leave a comment if you like. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and visit me at Patreon at patreon.com/Rob Beasley, or at Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram under the moniker RobBase2110. And remember, ignorance is a choice, so be informed, be aware. Knowledge is essential. Facts matter. And till next time, see yous.